Bunny is doing these lovely little talks now where he's doing every morning, filming himself just talking about life. And this is he is generally very philosophical in the morning when we would sit and he would have his tea and we would philosophize about stuff. But now he films himself talking about it, which I find fantastic. I'm so happy that he's doing that. And it's making him feel really happy and good, and giving him a sense of purpose, which is also great. So I'm in this space these days where I've been working on art for years, and I now have about 80 pieces of art, I'm looking at it right now, that I've made over the last 2 years maybe, since we started traveling again. And I'm really curious and interested in making it into an art book. And there's been a few fans over the years, when they've seen my art, suggesting that and saying, like, wouldn't that be a cool thing to do? And I think it would be. I want to make 100 pieces. I think it would be really cool to have a 100-page art book, and then release music also, because it's been, we actually have a ton of music that nobody's heard, that we've never released. I mean, we've been recording music over the last few years, but we haven't had any reason to release it because CDs don't sell anymore and all that stuff. So, but this person the other day suggested making an art book and releasing music with it as well. And I think that's a great idea. So that's and it feels good for me because it's a feeling of worthwhileness in regards to the work that I've been doing the work we've been doing for the last several years, recording music and making art, and it would be somewhere to put it. So it's going to take time. It's going to take more time, but it is something that I'm working on. We're pretty cozy, having a nice life here, feeling quite relaxed. And the other day, Thoth and I had a really deep conversation in which we came to the understanding that he doesn't really feel worthy of this life. And it's been a point of pain for him and made it really hard for him to adjust into this serene life that we're living. Because our life is very simple these days. I go for my morning run for a few hours, he goes for his walk, make smoothies, work at home, make lunch, practice, go to a massage, and maybe go out to dinner. It's just a simple life. There's no working, there's nothing we have to really do anymore. So it's hard. It's a hard transition because we spent so long where we had to figure it out and we had to keep playing and we had to keep stressing and straining and working and trying and pushing, and we don't anymore. So, and the greatest gift that we have with the life we have now is to slow down and to live a slower, more serene life. And I think of our friend, a friend named Zubin, who we don't see very much anymore, but he was the one, kind of the day we left Bali, who said, you don't have to just keep traveling, you can come back and stay here. You can slow down, you can live somewhere. And we'd been traveling for so long that I just didn't even think that it wasn't in my head that, oh, we can settle down. And so now we are really embracing that, and we're not necessarily being social, we're not really going out to play. We're just doing our own thing and being together and working on our projects, and it feels really good because we're not looking for something to happen. I'm not wishing and hoping that, like, the thing that makes me the most depressed and the most sad is when I'm wishing that something would happen, that we would have more success, that people would pay attention to what we were doing, that people cared about our music. I mean, last night when I was singing with Thoth, because I burned my finger the other day, so I can't play violin for a few days. It really gets to me when we play just for ourselves and there's nobody there, because it triggers feelings of being a failure or having failed, or having not succeeded somehow because we haven't achieved worldwide success and notoriety for what we do. I can feel like somehow this life that we live isn't, that there's something wrong with it, that we're living a simple, happy life. And it's this thing of coming to some kind of center of peace within ourselves, of realizing that it's okay to live the way that we do, and that we're not bad people, and we've not failed because we aren't touring the world and performing everywhere, and that we're just living. We're still pursuing our creative projects, and we're still working every day on doing things we love. But the number one thing that we really need to do now is to learn how to enjoy life. And I think it's not like we haven't enjoyed life. It's not like we haven't found joy in living at all. It's more that we've just been so focused on trying to survive and trying to make an impact on the world with our music, that we've really struggled to find meaning in just living a simple life. Like, I think what's probably true is that we've been wandering around the world for the last couple of years, like going all over Mexico, all over America, all over Europe, and all these places, me thinking that we needed to just do a lot of stuff. We needed to live some kind of epic, crazy, stressful existence in order to prove that we were worthy of living. And over the years, several fans would say, you don't need to travel like this. You can settle down. You can just be in one place. And I was like, no, we can't. That would just, because it would be accepting that we live a simple life, because our day-to-day life is very simple. It really is. It's we don't do much. Most of our time is spent on being creative. I mean, we do a lot, but we get up early and exercise and take care of ourselves and go grocery shopping, do all the things that everybody has to do to survive. And we're creative as much as we can. But I was noticing when we were traveling that that's really what was happening, is that we were living very simply. In all the places that we would go to, we would be living relatively simply everywhere we went. We would get up early and exercise, work on projects, write and draw, or work on music, go to lunch, come home, take a nap, work some more, practice, and go to dinner and go to bed. And I was noticing that over the last little while, that's what we were doing, and everywhere we would go, we'd go on these huge trips every month to move somewhere new. And we would be doing the same thing everywhere we went. It would just be a different environment, and it would take time to readjust and find the routine and find the way that we could continue to work on our art and stuff. Like, if we would move somewhere new every month or so, it would take me a little bit of time to get back into drawing or back into writing music or something. And having more of a routine is something we've never really had before. It's something we've never been able to have. We've had times of having routine where we'd be in New York for a few months, or San Francisco or Lisbon, and we'd have a routine of some kind, but it wouldn't last. it would change very, in 3 months, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Whereas now we've been here for almost 6 months, and we've already moved to 2 different places. So, but this is the first time maybe in our entire life that we know we have a place to live. It's very affordable, and we can live here for a year, and will be very easy to find another place to live. And we have a good life, but it's not complex. It's a creative life, but it's in one place, and we're not moving around all the time. So it's giving ourselves permission to just live and not have to feel like we have to do something in order to live and be comfortable, and just getting comfortable with this way of living, and not being in the state of thinking that we're never going to perform for anybody ever again. We're never going to get to share our music with people again. 'Cause it's hard in this state to think, sometimes I will think that maybe we'll never perform for anybody again. Maybe we'll never have opportunities to play our music again. And just acknowledging that right now we're not performing for people, and that's okay. Like, it's really, 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 really hard to go out and get dressed up and go through all the effort to go a long distance away somewhere to go and play for free for an hour, knowing that we can't benefit at all from a performance that we give. It's not worth it. And unless we had these expensive work visas, we can't really perform anywhere here. And we don't need to. So for me, it's better to just, and I really like being cozy. It's really, I know anybody, and especially creative people, really like having a cozy life and living a simple, happy, cozy life that's focused on their creativity. We're really lucky that we get to spend most of our days just being creative. And after I get off this, I'm going to work on a drawing I'm working on, this weird thing that I'm doing. I don't know what it's going to turn into. Yeah, that's what's happening.